the final nail in the coffin for Twitter, for me at least. Let me tell you this. Okay, so I'm recording this on August 15th, 2023. And, well, today's the first day that I ended up noticing this. Let me tell you a little bit about my story with what happened here with Twitter, or X as it's called now, XXX. Because, I think this is it. This is it for me. Absolutely it. So, many years ago, actually not even many years ago, literally just like last year when it was still called Twitter and everything, before Elon Musk did too much stuff to it, you basically had your main Twitter profile, and I never really signed on to Twitter. I used like third-party tools, primarily Hootsuite, which allows you to have multiple different social networks all in one place. So you can look at Facebook, you can look at Instagram, you can look at YouTube, you can look at Twitter, all right next to each other, and it makes it super easy and super nice. You can reply, you can schedule tweets, you can do all this sort of stuff. It was absolutely amazing. Well, the first thing that happened was, due to some of the changes that Twitter started to implement, in order to access their API, they were charging like a ridiculous amount of money for people to get access to their API. It was like, I want to say it was like $100,000 or like $70,000 like a month or something. I forget. It was an outrageous number. Okay, so a lot of these companies just couldn't do that anymore, and Hootsuite all of a sudden they just got rid of their free account. So, because I'm not going to pay for any social media crap, okay? I'm just not. So Hootsuite got rid of that free thing that they had, so I had to find an alternative. So that's when I found the TweetDeck. Okay, now the TweetDeck is a free tool that's created by Twitter itself, and it allows you to manage multiple different accounts. It allows you to see your timeline and allows you to create different lists of different people to follow, or different things that you follow, or you can look at different you can have different searches that you have. So I could have a search for my name to see whenever anyone mentions my name at all, I can see it right there on Twitter. I can see my own posts, I can retweet stuff, all that sort of stuff. Okay, well, as of today, that is no longer available. And mind you, I do not like using the Twitter website. I just don't. TweetDeck in itself was kind of clunky, very slow, but then going to actual Twitter, it's like you see all these buttons are just too big. It just doesn't look nice. I'm looking at my homepage. There's a bunch of people that I don't even follow, that I don't even care about. Just a bunch of other nonsense that I do not want to see. It's like I want my stuff organized, and it's like, okay, if I follow health related stuff, I want to see that here. Right next to that, maybe I want to see money and finance and that sort of stuff. And then next to that, maybe I'll see, people who are mentioning me. It's things along those lines, all in different columns. That's not available anymore. So now I'm like, you know what? I think I'm done. I think I'm absolutely done with Twitter, because they've just, over the past like several months, it's just made it harder and harder to actually interact on Twitter. Not just what I mentioned about Hootsuite discontinuing, having to move to a different platform, but also the other major thing is, because of that major change that Twitter was charging for their API, another service that I use called Zapier, which, if you're not familiar with what Zapier is, it basically allows you to connect multiple different accounts together. So, for example, if I had some sort of rule in place that whenever I go live, it posts a tweet saying that I'm live, or if I post a new video, I can customize the text and say, oh, I posted a new video, here's the link, here's the image for it, there you go. Very, very easy, very, very convenient, very amazing. Okay? Because if you have multiple different social media accounts, you don't want to be having to manually go share everything. So I have it set up for like Facebook and Twitter and that sort of stuff. But then, because of Twitter removing their free API access for a lot of these companies, well, I lost access to that because Zapier was then going to make Twitter a premium application in order for you to use them, because they're going to be charged a bunch of money in order for people to access that Twitter API. So that's when I started to schedule the tweets manually on the TweetDeck. Okay, now that is an ordeal. Posting multiple videos a week, posting when I go live, that's like 5 different tweets or whatever. And it's just a hassle, because something that was automated before is now something that I have to do manually, and it sucks. It sucks. So then I thought, okay, I've kind of been trying to utilize the Twitter API for myself to be able to, because you can utilize it to a degree yourself if you're posting to your own page and if you have a very limited number of things that you post, which I certainly meet the requirements for. The Twitter API sucks to actually be able to utilize. Oh my gosh. So let me just say that. So I have worked with the YouTube and Google APIs before. They are phenomenal. They are absolutely amazing. There's tons of documentation about it. Very, very well written documentation about the Google and YouTube APIs. They have a little area where you can actually test some of your code without it being like public and everything. Absolutely amazing. Very easy to work with. It's a great. That is the best API that I've ever worked with. Then I've also worked with Twitch API. That is not as well documented. There's a few flaws with some of the stuff that they write up, or that they're missing certain things here and there, and sometimes you may be looking at the wrong API version that they still have up, as you're supposed to be looking at another one. That one is definitely a bit more complex, a bit harder, but I still managed to make that work correctly. And then you have Facebook. I tried for like 5 minutes with Facebook, looking at their stuff, and I'm like, hell no. That was awful. Facebook, I don't even remember what their documentation was like. I'm sure it was probably decent, but the way that they handle some of these API requests and everything, it was horrible. It was just bad. It was just like, oh my gosh, okay. And then you had Twitter. Horrible. Absolutely horrible. And this, let me tell you this. So you try to access pages about the API. They're all like basically 404 not found. It's like, how am I supposed to get information about this? I'm literally doing searches online trying to find some answers outside of Twitter, because anything that I search up online that links to a Twitter page, the API, documentation, it's always 404 not found. It doesn't exist. Or if it does exist, it's for like an old version of the API, or something that just doesn't work anymore before the Elon Musk change that made it a paid version. And I'm just like, this is messed up. But that would make it so much easier. That would make it so much easier, because if I could automate some of this process, I wouldn't have to worry about anything. But no, now because of Twitter here, I just horrible. I mean, I don't even know if I should even like schedule any posts or any of that sort of stuff, because I am just sick of it. I mean, this is just horrible. I can't look at any of the things that I follow anymore. I can't see the people who mention me at all. I can't see the comments, and it is because I don't like accessing the Twitter website, because the Twitter website for me is so clunky and buggy, and it just doesn't look good. Everything is like too big, and everything is just, it's not organized. It's like I'm looking at the homepage and it's like, what is all this? Everything's out of order. Things are not categorized in any sort of way. People that I don't even follow are on here. It's like, just because you're promoting me people that you think that I want to follow, I'm not following them because I don't want to see what they have to post. So yeah, I think I'm just kind of done with that as well. Maybe I will continue to schedule some sort of posts on my 2 Twitter profiles or whatever. I don't know. The one is like very easy to schedule on, because it's I do use a third-party tool which still has free access. for now. If that ever changes, then I think Twitter is done. I don't think I'm going to bother with Twitter anymore. You know, and it's like, a long time ago, I pretty much stopped looking at Facebook. You know, it's like, I don't even know what people say on Facebook anymore. I don't think people even like the stuff that I have to say on Facebook anymore for the most part. It's like, I looked on there like last month, and like my recent posts, like not a single person liked them. You know, so it's like, yeah, you know, people don't really care about Facebook anymore. Twitter, you know, honestly, I think it's probably still about the same. You know, Twitter, I don't think people really care about that either anymore, because it's like, I haven't gained a single follower in years. If anything, I've just been bleeding some followers on Twitter. I used to have like just over 400, and I don't know what it's even down to now, maybe like 370 or something. And that was like 5 years ago. That was like 5 years ago. I had like about 400. You know, it's like, okay. So it's like, you know, I'm sorry, not Twitter, XXX. So yeah, you know, I'm just sick of these platforms. I really am. They're just a bunch of garbage and trash. The only real good use that I had of it is that I could see the people that I follow, that I could retweet some of that stuff. Maybe that's what people don't like. It's like, oh, you're promoting conspiracy theories on your Twitter page. It's like, sure, right, okay. So yeah, you know, I don't know what to tell you, but you know, I just don't really care anymore. I just really don't. If someone has something that they want to tell me or say, you know, the best place that I look at the most stuff is on Odyssey. That's basically it. I don't at this point, I don't really even bother with YouTube all that much anymore. It's like I just post a video, and I just you know, I do the live streams. I do live streams on YouTube and on Twitch, and that's basically the only spots that I really look. Then we have Rumble as well, and Rumble's not syncing my videos anymore, so I guess that's done. I don't know what to do about that. So you know, just you just get fed up of this stupid social media crap. You just do, and maybe this is for the best. Maybe it is. So I don't know what to tell you. So that is all. You all take care. Have a great one. Let me know what your thoughts are. Not that I don't know how much this even applies to you, if you use the TweetDeck or if you use the API or whatever. I don't even know if I'll even see your reply, because I'm kind of done with YouTube as well. But yeah, you know, just let me know. Let other people know. Maybe I'll look. I don't know. So that's all. You all take care. Have a great one, and I'll catch you later. Bye-bye.